And the angels are in rare form today. Just saying, they are so amped up. I like their energy is kind of like super excited. So, part of what happens when you're here with me in this time together is the angels are working on your energy. They're up leveling. Just know that they're going to be doing some energy work on you. They like to help clear old stuck energy out. They love to balance your chakras. It's very important that you're drinking water. We are going to jump in. In case you don't know where you're at, this is the Flow Masterclass. I did 3 videos leading up to this that were on the 7 things blocking your flow, how to clear blocks to flow, and then the last one was how to use the elements to create more flow in your life. So there are various lengths. A couple of them are 17 minutes or so, and the other one's like 30 minutes. So those are on my YouTube channel. But then this class is going to kind of pull everything together. For those of you that don't know me, I live on Maui, Hawaii. I moved here sight unseen. 2017. I just had my 7-year anniversary here, which is sort of unbelievable. I can hardly believe that happened. So that's where I'm at right now in Maui, Hawaii, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I'm excited to dive into this. I do have some slides just because I know that a lot of people are visual and I am as well. And so I've got some slides that I'm going to be sharing. And you definitely do want to stay till the end because I'm going to be sharing an incredible gift. This is a powerful meditation that helps with clearing that you can use again and again. It helps release emotions, energy, limiting beliefs that you might have taken on from others, and you'll be able to download that meditation. It's like a 5-minute meditation, and it's a really great thing to listen to anytime you need a quick clearing, right? I feel it's important to acknowledge the time that you're taking to be here. Right? We're all busy. We all have a lot of things to do. So I really want to honor you for taking this time to be here for yourself. It's so, so valuable. And it tells me a lot about your interest in clearing blocks and moving forward in your life and creating a life that you really love. Let's look at the flow for today. So I'm going to talk a little bit about who I am because there's some of you that don't know me very well and why I know about blocks and flow, what being in the flow means, including what it really means, with some real life examples of how people have created flow in their life. And then I'm going to be sharing the 5 facets to flow framework. Try to say that 5 times fast. That is a framework that essentially shares all the steps that you need to take to create flow in your life. So I'm laying that all out for you. And then we are going to create your 333 simple success plan. This is a plan that my guides have downloaded for me that I've been using in my Love Your Life group for quite some time, and it's very effective. And then I will share a bit about how I can help you get in flow and stay there. And then, of course, you have that bonus gift for staying until the end. I do encourage you to give yourself the gift of this time to be fully present, right? Because this will change your life if you truly understand it and allow it to do that. I do want to share with you my intention for this time together. And it's really my intention that you learn something new, that something shifts in you. You have some new awareness that leads to either something small or something big, a change in your life that makes a difference for you, and that you walk away from this session feeling lighter and inspired to take action, right? You never know what you're going to get inspired to do. So drink lots of water during the session to help that energy move through. That helps the angels clear your energy field. So drinking water is super, super important. This is a value packed class. And I want to just briefly share a little bit about who I am and why you should listen to me even, right? So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Julen. I'm a feng shui expert and a psychic. I'm a unique kind of coach. I term myself as a feng shui intuitive coach. And I began studying feng shui actually back in 1999. We moved into a new home and things weren't going well. And I knew nothing about feng shui at that time. We were both working, but we just seemed like we had no money. Our relationship was suffering. There were all kinds of little things going on. And I went to the library with my boys who were little at the time. They were 2 and 5. They're now, gosh, 30 and 27. I can't believe that. But I went to the library with them and stumbled across a book on feng shui. And of course, we know there's no accidents, there's no coincidences. I found this book on feng shui, read it, and started doing some things. My husband, of course, thought I was nuts. But especially when I took the knives off the counter, he's like, "What? Why? Why can't we have the knives on the counter?" But it really did work, and it worked very, very fast. And that's when I became intrigued with it. Fast forward, many years later, after going through divorce, my feng shui mentor, Carol Heider, came into my life. And in 2014, I got my certification through the Wind and Water School of Feng Shui. We had 99 plus hours of training. A lot of that was in person, going to people's homes and seeing things in real time. And then I am an International Feng Shui Guild Red Ribbon practitioner. I've also been on the board of the IFSG since 2017. I love that organization. So if you're interested at all in feng shui, they do have a student membership. So if it's something that you're studying, if you're not certified, you can still join. I am a certified angel card reader. I got certified many moons ago by Doreen Virtue. I have a business degree from St. Thomas College in St. Paul, and I have trained with lots of different people over the years. And my experiences, all of these things that I have gone through, really create a unique approach to resolving life and business challenges. My approach to coaching and to sharing guidance is really gentle, but it's very clear. And I take the clues from your angels and guides about how to share things with you. And I've also been told I'm a very grounded intuitive. And so what does that mean? Well, I'm able to be really present in the physical and practical while still staying in tune with the spiritual realm. And my grounded energy comes from that traditional business path. I went to, college, went to business school. I worked in insurance claims for almost 17 years before taking the leap to start my own jewelry business. And over the years, and my intuitive sense is a gift that I had as a young child. I have a distinct memory of seeing angels on the altar at church. And I was sitting there talking to them, not in words, but just in thoughts, right? They communicate in thoughts to me. And, as you grow up, that shifts, right? You're not able to maintain that connection. And as I grew up, I wasn't able to maintain that connection. I still loved angels. I still called on them. I still felt their energy around me, but I couldn't see them anymore, right? And yet I still knew that they were always there. They never left me, but my pipeline to them, my direct connection to them did get blocked essentially, right? And I was so busy navigating my life and all of that, trying to raise a family and all of those things, that I couldn't really be bothered with trying to connect with something that most people said did not exist, right? Little did I know my life would be a lot easier when I opened to their help and guidance many years later. So I was 47 years old when I reopened my connection. So it's never too late, right? It's never too late to reopen that connection to your angels and guides. And this was something that was reestablished unexpectedly for me. I went to an event in California. For those that are familiar with Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks was going to be channeling Abraham, and Wayne Dyer was asking the questions. And my girlfriend, Julie, said, I think we should go. And I felt strongly as well that we needed to be there. We went, and suffice it to say, the energy in that room was off the charts. I could barely stay awake during the session. It had nothing to do with jet lag or anything like that. It was just the energy. The next morning I woke up, my girlfriend was still sleeping. I woke up and I went out on the little, I can't help but call them lanais. That's what we call them here. I guess deck is what the normal term is for that. I went out on the little lanai and had my journal, and I was going to just journal, and all of a sudden I could just hear them clear as a bell. They were talking to me, telling me I was going to be channeling, that I had work to do in the world. And I was sobbing and crying and saying, no, find somebody else. I'm not ready for this, right? I just was afraid. Right. When something like that happens, it just, fear does come up when that happens. And I literally was thinking, like, this is crazy. And of course they responded, yes, you can do this and you must, and it's part of your calling and it's what you came to do here in this lifetime. And, so yeah, that's the way that went. I wasn't always in tune though. So I had to go through some really big changes in my life. I quit my corporate job in 2005. I left my marriage of 19 years. I started my own business multiple times. I helped both my mom and my dad and a friend transition into non-physical, which was a beautiful gift, by the way, to be able to do that. And then, of course, the big, huge change, I feel like, moving to an island, sight unseen, alone, not knowing anyone. When I worked for the insurance company in particular, I was often disconnected, frustrated, angry, even depressed. And I remember, my boys were little at the time, and boys, any of you that have boys know they can be very rambunctious. And I remember locking myself in the bathroom at one point and just sobbing and asking God to take me home, right? Asking to come home, meaning to exit the earth. I don't have it in me to commit suicide, but essentially I was asking, God to take me, right? And in fact begging him, because I just was so overwhelmed and I didn't have the tools that I needed to be able to get out of that sort of downward spiral. I know many of you know what I'm talking about, when you have a thought and that leads to another thought that's not good, and that leads to another thought, and you end up in this downward spiral. And if you don't have the tools that you need to get out of that, or to do that yourself, or have somebody to help you, it's a bad place to be in. It is not fun. So in the days following the Wayne Dyer and Abraham Hicks event, I really fought my guides, right? I argued with them. I continued telling them I wasn't ready to do this work. And of course, I had a lot of resistance, which is understandable. There's a great quote I love by Stephen Pressfield. Stephen Pressfield has written a couple books that are really good. The War of Art, I think, is one of them. And the other one is Do the Work. But this is one of his quotes: the more important a call or action is to our soul's evolution, the more resistance we will feel toward pursuing it. Fast forward to today, things are a little bit different for me. My poor son's growing up, it was a bit rough. I didn't know how to handle my emotions, and they had to deal with that. But fast forward to today, I got this message on Mother's Day from my youngest: I love you to the moon and back. I'm forever grateful for all you have gifted me over the years. I hold the lessons and knowledge with me every day. I would be in a very different place in my life. I'm happy to be the man I am thanks to you. I kind of tear up every time I read that. I was able to turn things around and able to gift them with these skills, with these tools, with these things that I've learned. Of course, I moved to Maui in 2017. I met my partner here almost 2 years to the day. Eric and I just have so much fun together, laugh together, play improv together, travel together. It's just amazing. And then, of course, I've been doing readings now for many, many years. And the energy of Maui is even a lot more powerful. It's a lot easier for me to access their guidance and their energy here. So a lot of people think that all of all of these things that I've gone through have taken a lot of courage, but I tend to disagree. I really could not have done these things in my life, made this move to Maui without being in the flow. Because when you're in the flow, everything is easier. Even the decision to move to an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, right? And things just line up. They line up as if by magic. Now more than ever, I just keep getting this message from my guides that it's so important for us to follow the calling of our souls. And my purpose, my dharma is to help you do that, to turn on your inner light, to turn it up to the highest setting, right? And to help you shine and do what your soul came here to do, right? And I honor you for taking the time to be here and to nourish your soul, right? So, speaking of soul nourishing, my guides had wanted me to share one of the channeled messages. So when they came in, they started channeling messages to me. And originally I was trying to write them down and they said, it's too slow, get a recorder. So I started recording them. And this is one of the messages that they sent to me.
Channeled guidance, belief, faith, and trust. This is a beautiful topic, and we are very excited to share more about these core spiritual values. What is belief? Belief is something that you think is true. Belief often is something that you want to think is true. But what we are talking about here is more than belief. It is about suspending belief. This is the stumbling block, the tangled spot we see you getting caught up in. As you create your life here on earth, you often get caught in the patterns and in the beliefs of the past. And the past may be past lives. The past may be past experiences within this particular lifetime. The past may be circumstances that you have brought forth from your ancestors that have come before you, or those absorbed from the collective consciousness. There are many things, you see, that are coming into play when we talk about belief. And so, our advice to you is to suspend your belief. Let go of anything you have believed to be true up until this moment. That sounds very radical, doesn't it? But in order to create that clean slate, if you will, that clean canvas for creating the life of your dreams, you must clear out and let go of anything that you have believed in the past. This is not to say that you are wiping your memory. No, dear ones, that is not what we mean. What we are suggesting is that you wipe away anything that would prevent you from creating the life of your dreams, from doing the things you intended to do when you incarnated into this particular body. And these sometimes are things that you have been attempting to do, have been focused on creating for many, many lifetimes. And now is the lifetime to make it happen. Now. Is there any better time than now to make this happen? No, there is not. Your gifts and your creations are needed in the world more than ever right now. If you are listening to this channeled message, you have been led here. There is a reason for that. It is not random. It is not a coincidence that you have this channeled message in your hands or on your machine, as the case may be. You are a light worker. You are meant to do work for the benefit of the entire collective. And this work, we do not like that word work. This creation, this playfulness, this living your life in this body is meant to begin freshly now. We feel some of you holding your breath. holding your body in a still position. Move to be more comfortable. Breathe in deeply and let it go. There. That's better. Breathe. When in doubt, breathe. Back to our topic of trust, of belief, of faith. The most important thing for you to know in this moment is that you and your life purpose are fully supported. What does that mean, fully supported? That means that you have the support of those within the physical as well as those within non-physical who are helping orchestrate and are helping you create what you intended to create. You are never alone. That is also very important for you to know. You are never, ever on your own. You have a whole team, a whole spiritual team of angels and guides that are here to help you. This team consists of many angels, archangels, and other angels that are here to support you. Your team also consists of specific guides. These guides have lived, have incarnated in the past. They are very, very wise, if we do say so ourselves. They have many, many lifetimes of experience to draw upon, as well as the higher wisdom perspective of all. So you have your angels, the archangels, and your guides. You also may have loved ones that have transitioned from this earthly plane who are now supporting you from the other side, as it were. And so, you see, you have a whole team that is there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if time were actually a real thing. We never leave you. You are never, ever alone. And we hear you asking now why sometimes you feel so alone. That is because the energetic connection has been blocked or has been covered up. It is always there. It can never be broken. So please don't believe you can ever lose touch with us. You cannot. However, you may experience the feeling of being out of touch, the feeling that the communication is broken, or that you do not have a connection with us. Kim is often sharing tools for you to use, as she terms it, to clear, so that you can be a clear channel, so that you can be clear to receive the guidance and information that we wish to share with you. We being your personal spiritual teams. Let's talk further about trust, because this is a crucial component of this relationship. And this is a deep relationship that you have with your spiritual team. The majority of these team members have been with you for many, many lifetimes. You have traveled together before. They have been assisting you for a very long time. And yet, when you incarnate in a body and you experience things here in this body, the sense of trust that is automatic in the non-physical comes into question in the physical. So again, it is about suspending that disbelief, suspending the things that you may have been taught about how this world works, and trusting. Trusting us, trusting God, trusting your higher wisdom, who knows the plan that has been laid out for you. And trusting yourselves, dear ones. That is the most important piece of trust for you to have. Trust that you are making the best decisions for you in this moment. Trust that you are doing the very best that you can in this moment. And trust that all is well. No matter what is happening within your life, no matter what circumstances you find yourself in, you are safe. You are protected. You are supported. and all is indeed well. The last words we wish to share with you are about faith. Faith is putting the belief in something that you cannot see with your eyes, that you cannot feel with your fingers, that you cannot hear with your ears, or in any other way sense in the physical. Faith is knowing there is a higher wisdom, that there is support. It is knowing that you have a calling, that you are meant to do certain things in this world, and that now is the time to do them and to begin taking action towards creating what is often called your dream life. So have faith, dear ones. Trust that you are on the right path and believe in yourselves. For now, we are complete.
One thing I want to share is that you don't need to spend 15 to 20 years learning how to get in the flow like I did, right? I've done a lot of work. I've found all kinds of tools and methods that create flow faster. And of course, I've shared some of those in the videos that I've been doing. And then I've also consolidated all of this into one program. And I want to share a little bit about the experience of the people that have been working with me. So Dr. Gia is a chiropractor in Minnesota, and she shared, Kim has been a vital part of helping me to have clarity and decision making possible. As a mom and business owner, things move fast, and I often have many decisions to make at once. When I felt scattered or undirected, Kim helps clear the chaos, and I feel grounded. She has made my life easy and peaceful. She is spot on, and she is worth every penny. I love Gia. So sweet. And then I want to share Allie's story.
Hi, my name's Allie Chapman. I'm from Minnesota. I'm part of Kim Julen's Love Your Life group. I was one of the founders, one of the first members. Since being in the group, I've noticed a lot of positive changes in life. Doing the feng shui adjustments and all the decluttering around the home has made a huge difference in how my home feels. People definitely notice it. My mom, especially, who's like keeps such a beautiful, clean home, always comments on how my home is so much better now. And I realize like it's because of all the adjustments and decluttering I've done, and what I've learned in Kim's group has made such an impact. And I've also have a cabin up north, so I've applied, some of those principles up there too, with making sure I clear the homes regularly, and I definitely notice a huge difference with that. Also, it's great being able to ask questions on a regular basis. I don't participate in the group live as often as I used to, but I still can submit questions and then, watch the recordings and learn from what the other women ask about, and to support each other in that way is always a great way to learn from each other. And a very cool story is when I started the Love Your Life group, one of my goals was to work on health for the goal of pregnancy. And I did, find out some more about my health throughout that process really soon after starting the group, actually. And then last January, just a few months ago, I found out I was pregnant, and I'm about 21 weeks pregnant now. So pretty amazing how this journey has taken me to a lot of my dreams. So I highly recommend it if you're looking for more flow and abundance in your life.
So a little update on Allie. She did have a beautiful little baby boy. That baby boy was super anxious to come into the world, so he came early. So she had some challenges with that for sure, but he is doing super well now, and all is going well for her. And then Anita from Wisconsin shared, I'm continuing to grow in my connection with spirit. My journey continues to progress and keep seeing signs that there are spiritual beings assisting in my life. She said, you've helped me open up to a whole new way of seeing the world, and I appreciate it. And another Love Your Life member recently shared, she's been a client of mine for 8 years. She joined Love Your Life in March of 2021. I said the program is outstanding. It's provided her with a lot of instruction and teachings about feng shui and decluttering and many other energetic and spiritual opportunities. And it's provided her with positive tools for grounding, clearing, and connecting. And one of her favorite things is the meditations, because they help her to be spiritually, emotionally, energetically solid and balanced. I think right now there's 15 meditations in the program, outside of the ones that I sometimes do during the weekly calls. And she said her personal and professional life has benefited greatly from the ongoing coaching sessions with me weekly. And so that's just a little share from her. So let's jump into what being in the flow is all about. Being in the flow really helps you attract opportunities, jobs, clients. It improves your relationships, romantic and otherwise. You'll feel more peaceful and calmer no matter what's going on around you when you're in flow. You'll be able to deal with challenges with more ease, like a bump in the road versus a roller coaster turn is kind of what I like to look at being in the flow as, more of like a, like that gentle river, right? And you'll experience more abundance when you're in flow, and it brings harmony to all areas of your life. And I always like to look at the dictionary definition of things because I'm geeky that way. As a verb, flow is about circulation, to rise, to proceed smoothly and readily, to have a smooth continuity, to hang loose. I love that one because that totally connects with Maui, right? And billowing is another term for flow. As a noun, it's a smooth, uninterrupted movement or progress, right? So continuous progress, a stream, continuous transfer of energy. I define flow a little bit differently. I define flow as living with intention and expressing your desires. I define flow as removing the blocks so that things are out of your way, right? Having sort of a clear path, if you will. I define flow as feeling connected to yourself, to spirit, whatever that is for you, your angels, guides, God, Buddha, whatever that might be for you, to being connected to your environment and to those around you. I also define flow as knowing you are completely supported no matter what happens in your life, which was a big theme in that channeled message we just heard. And I also define flow as a state of balance. So even in the midst of chaos, you have access to feeling calm and peaceful, and then magnetizing the things that you want with little or no effort, as if by magic. And this happens for me all the time. I have lots of examples of that. But my guides recently shared what flow really is. And that is a sign that you're living your soul's purpose. So that's biggie. That's big to know, right? So if you're in flow, you're on track. You're doing what your soul came here to do. And I think that's really valuable to know. So this is the 5 facets to flow framework. I also refer this as the Love Your Life roadmap. And there are 5 phases to this. The first phase is preparing. And we're going to work on part of this today, is paving the way for a life you love. And that's the preparation. The second facet is clearing. So identifying, removing your blocks to flow. I talked a lot about this in the first 2 videos that I shared, the 7 things that are blocking your flow and how to clear your blocks to flow. But, this is a big piece of things, right? People spend a lot of time in the clearing section, and it's something we have to go back to again and again, because we don't get clear once and remain clear, right? Things come up, we get triggered, all kinds of things happen. And then the third facet to flow is connection. So this is about your relationship with yourself, with spirit, with others. And how do you connect? How do you stay connected to yourself? How do you connect with your angels and guides? How do you maintain and create beautiful flowing relationships with other people on the planet? That's a big one. People are our best teachers, I like to say. And then the fourth facet to flow is balance. And I'm going to go into all of these in a little bit more depth, but I just wanted to give you sort of the overall picture of this. So balance is the fourth facet to flow. And this is all about integrating your emotions, your energy, and the elements. What I've found as I've been working with people over the years is a lot of people aren't very in touch with their emotions. They have difficulty even identifying what they're feeling. right? Or what they want to feel. I feel like over time, having been told to keep your feelings to yourself, right? Don't share them. Don't be emotional. How many of us women have heard that over the years? It takes opening up and being able to identify the emotions, because our emotions have messages for us. They're so important. Our emotions let us know if we're on track, if we're in flow. And then, of course, balancing energy is important. And then also the elements, because that helps us be able to do the things that we need to do. And then the last step, the last facet to flow is actually flow, which sounds kind of funny, but this is about amplifying and maintaining that flow state. So once you get in the flow state, we all know we've all been in flow at some point or another. And once we get out of flow, we have to know how to get back into flow, or how to maintain that flow state. That's super important. Okay, let's look at facet number 1 a little bit deeper. This is the preparation one, and this is the one where we're paving the way, right, for a life you love. In this facet, you learn how to define your dreams and desires. You learn how to open the door to flow. And this also teaches you how to own your worthiness, right? Because so many of us, just don't feel worthy of what we want, of the things that we want. And we might not even like ourselves very much. I've certainly went through a time period in my life where I did not like me at all. I could not look in the mirror and tell myself I love you like I do now. So that's a big piece of this. The result, though, of preparing is having a clear target. And we're going to work on that one today. Taking command of your space and your life. Feeling confident, in charge, and worthy of the things that you want. So the key tool for this is the 3-3-3 simple success plan. This is one of the things we're going to do today. So we're going to dive into this. So let's start. And where we're going to begin with this 3-3-3 simple success plan. The first step is taking a pulse on your life, where you are in your life. So as you are just literally, you can just write wealth, fame, romance, just write those things in your notebook or on your paper. And as you're filling these in, I don't want you to overthink it. I want you to trust your gut and whatever number is popping into your head. The scale is 0 to 10. 0 is where things just are not going the way that you want at all, right? And 10 is everything is amazing in that area of your life. You feel fulfilled, you feel on track, you're in the flow in that area of your life. Because sometimes we're flowing in some areas and not others, right? So it's important to know that. So you're going to rank each area based on the way you are feeling. Not on what anyone else would say, because someone else might say, oh, you're amazing, this is going great for you, but maybe you're not feeling that, right? This is your own personal assessment about how you feel, and you don't need to share this with anyone else. So be honest with yourselves, right? So we're just going to briefly run through each one of these so you can do a ranking. So the wealth or finances is all about money flow, in and out. Do you feel abundant? How is your relationship with money? Do you love it? Does it love you? Is there always more than enough? So give yourself a rating on that. Fame, what you're known for, your reputation, how you're showing up in the world. Are you being your most authentic self? How do others see you? So this is one of the ones that's kind of an outer reflection of the inner. So give yourself a ranking there. Romance or partnership. So we actually have 2 lines here. And the reason I have 2 sections is the first part is for romantic relationships. How do you and your partner get along? Are you in love? Do you feel connected with your partner? Or are you single and wanting a partner? And then the second piece is for those that are in business. So this relates to business partnerships, whether that's an actual business partner, people you work with, referral partners, or others that you are working with for a common goal. So just rank that. How does that feel for you? And you can skip that one if you don't have a business. Family and friends. This relates to your relationships with your family of origin. So your mom, your dad, your siblings, and your relationship with close friends and coworkers. So rank that. Health. This is a biggie for many people. This area encompasses a lot more than just physical health, although that's what most people think of when you think of health. This includes your mental health, your emotional wellness. How good are you at taking care of yourself? Does your body feel good? Are you physically able to do all the things that you want to do? And do you feel calm and peace most days, right? That's health. Give yourself a rating. Creativity. This is about your artistic expression, what you're creating, how playful you are, your lightheartedness. What do you do that's creative? I recently started painting angels. So it's so fun for me and I absolutely love it. So what do you do for fun? What do you do that gets you out of your head? Creativity creates flow, and it's one of the most important things, more important than people realize. And we need to give ourselves time to be creative and feel free to express ourselves. So give yourself a rating there. Knowledge and education. This relates to what you are learning, how you're growing, your personal and spiritual development, and understanding yourself. How is your relationship with your spiritual team, with your higher power, with God, source, whatever that is for you? Obviously, we work on that in the Love Your Life program. Do you have a spiritual practice, a meditation practice where you spend, some quiet time with yourself on a regular basis? Are you pushing yourself to learn new things, reading, taking classes, and so on? Give yourself a rating. Career includes, of course, what you do for a living if you're employed, plus anything that you're passionate about, your interests, your life purpose, and how happy are you doing what you're doing? That's a big piece of it. How much do you love what you do? I absolutely freaking love what I do. I love it. How are you contributing to the world? Do you know your purpose, what you're here on this planet to do? Some of you don't know, or you are not sure what the next chapter holds, right? So rate that. Fun and travel. This includes things on your bucket list, time to relax, playtime, and of course, physical travel. How much time do you have off? How much time do you have to relax? And how much are you playing? How much are you traveling? Maybe that's road trips, maybe that's airplane trips, whatever that is. And are you doing things that are fun for you, right? Are you laughing? Are you enjoying life? And then lastly, home environment. So this is a biggie, I think, for a lot of people because, clutter can make our homes not feel very good. So how does your home feel? And do you feel balanced and supported in your life? Is your home organized? How are you doing with clutter? Does your home feel chaotic or does it feel calm? And are you personally organized? Does everything have a place in your home? Is there somewhere where it can be put away? So that's the home environment. So then what you're going to do is you're going to look at these rankings. And you are going to take a look at the scores. And that kind of gives you an overall picture or pulse of where your life is right now, how you're feeling right now. And then I want you to circle the scores that are lower. These are ones that maybe need a little bit of work, or maybe you've been neglecting them. And then I want you to choose one of these. What do you want and need to shift your focus to? Because we know that what we focus on is what gets our attention, what receives our precious time and our precious energy. So decide on one area that you most want to see improve over the next 30 days. And that is going to be your current life priority. It doesn't matter if it's the area that you scored the lowest at. It could simply be something that you want to focus on, right? That you want to put some time and intention and energy into. So trust your intuition on this as well. And of course, you can't mess it up, right? Because whatever you focus on will improve, and you can choose a new focus every 30 days. So that's your current life priority. 3-3-3 Simple Success Plan consists of 3 consistent actions, 3 ways of being times 30 days. So my guides have shared with me that because time is speeding up so much, it's really difficult to plan out, even 90 days. Planning out a year in advance, really difficult right now because things are moving so fast energetically. So 30 days is what they've told me, just focus on one thing for 30 days. And sometimes we want to keep focusing on the same thing in maybe a little bit different way. But that's the gist of the plan. And so step 1, we've already completed. That's picking your current life priority. The next thing that you want to do is decide on your creation and your outcome. What is it that you want to create in this area of your life that would make this month absolutely incredible? What is the outcome that you're wanting for this area of your life? So some helpful starter questions could be, I am creating, or I am now manifesting. So write, it doesn't have to be perfect, just write something down that you want as an outcome or a creation. I'm going to give you some examples too after we go through this. You'll notice that I say this or something better for the highest good of all concerned, because maybe the outcome that I have in mind is smaller than what I'm actually have coming to me, right? And so I always like to say this or something better. So then moving to number 3, the consistent actions. These are things that will help you achieve your outcome or create what it is that you want in your life. These things should be a little bit of a stretch and not things that you're already doing. And it will be helpful when I get to the example of that. Step number 4 in this is determining who you need to be in order to co-create this outcome, right? So remember, you're not doing this alone. The angels and your spiritual team of guides is always helping you. And you can brainstorm the characteristics you need to embody or how you need to show up to create this, right? So, and then the last step that you're going to do with this is what I call the baby step that you can take today to get the energetic ball rolling and create momentum, right? We want to create momentum because that's how we move forward. So if decluttering is something that you're working on for the next 30 days, one step would be, that baby step might be to spend 9 minutes today clearing off a counter or clearing off a dresser or organizing a little drawer. It could be very, very small. Remembering that scale that we use, that 0 to 10 scale we use to measure your life areas, if you go back and look at what your score was for that current life priority that you're working on, what is one small step that you could take today to move up the scale, to move that score a little bit higher? That's your baby step today. So make it simple, something easy for you to do. And then you decide on that baby step. So, but I do want to give you a few examples. So example number 1 is with a current life priority of health. The creation or the outcome could be, I'm creating a body that feels good to me every day. That's the outcome you're looking for. Who do I need to be? I need to be more active. I need to be a planner. I need to be in tune to my body's messages. Okay. And then consistent actions would be eating consciously. So not doing 10 other things while I'm eating, just eating, tasting the food, tasting the drink, moving my body daily, right? Going for a walk, stretching, whatever that is for you, planning meals. So that's where that planner comes in. Planning meals. So that might mean doing some cooking on the weekend, right? Another example, partnership as a current life priority. So this is someone that doesn't have a partner that's interested in having a partner, right? Right now, I'm manifesting fun and connected dates with interesting and attractive men. Or perhaps you simply want to feel more connected and in tune with your husband or partner, right? Who do you need to be? Confident, open, feminine. This is a biggie with the dating. I talk a lot about that in my course with embracing our feminine, especially now that we're in period 9. Period 9, we're in this now for the next 20 years. It started in February. For those of you that haven't seen my video, I've got a video on YouTube about this. And the feminine energy, very different than the masculine we've been in for the last 20 years. And then consistent actions, doing the superwoman pose daily. So that can be putting your hands on your hips or putting your hands in the air, like that's a power pose. Saying yes. Somebody offers to bag your groceries. Yes. Somebody offers to help you with something. Yes. Yes is embracing that feminine, that yin energy. Also wearing more skirts and dresses could be another thing that comes in with that. Okay, so we're gonna keep going with the facets to flow. So I want to share more about these facets, give you a little bit deeper information about these. So the second facet to flow is clearing. This is all about identifying, removing blocks. And as I mentioned, those first 2 videos that I did have a lot of information for you. But this is really, part of this is laying the groundwork, which is creating good habits, things that help you clear on the regular so that you're not having to, get in that lower space. So we want to be clearing things as they come up, right? So this is also where you learn to remove the static from all of those blocks, those 7 blocks that I talk about in my video. And then you also learn in this facet how to clear yourself and your space. Clearing yourself is so important. The meditation I'm going to give you at the end is going to be helpful to you in clearing your energy. So that will be another bonus for you. And then the result of moving through the second facet to flow is feeling clear, feeling calm, feeling centered. A number of people recently have said to me that I don't seem to have a lot of up and downs, like I'm able to flow with things. And that's not to say I don't get crabby or I don't pick up on energy and it impacts me. That happened to me the other day. I picked up on some energy and I didn't even realize it until after the fact that I had picked up this energy, and it just was like, I felt cranky, like instantly. It was so weird. So the result of this moving through this facet to flow is feeling clear, calm, and centered. Your blocks to flow have been removed, and you also are able to identify when they come up again or when a new block appears, because it's not always the same stuff, people. New things come up all the time. You and your space are energetically clear, right? And the key tool for this is that static removal system, which I talk a lot about in the video. Obviously, in the program, I go through this in a lot more depth. We dig deep into that. Okay, so then facet to flow number 3 here is connect. This is my favorite one. Honestly, it really is, because I love connecting with angels. I love connecting with loved ones from the other side. And I offer some really beautiful processes in my course. And members who haven't been able to get guidance in the past, have not been able to connect with their angels and guides in the past, have been successful using these methods. So this is about improving your relationships with yourself, with spirit, with others. You will learn in this facet how to connect with your body and hear its messages and understand its messages, because our body is always giving us messages, right? And you'll learn to communicate with your spiritual team. And that's a 2-way communication. You're talking to them and they're talking to you. It's not just a 1-way thing, which a lot of people you experience just one way, like I'm talking to them all the time. They never say anything back, right? So you learn how to communicate, and then also how to connect and disconnect with other people. That's super important, to be able to pull your energy back from others as well. This is kind of a funny thing, but what I've been shared by my guides is when you dream about an ex, they're trying to reattach to you, or their energy is getting muddled up in your field. And I just had a dream about my ex last night, my former husband, into my dream last night. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna do some clearing around that. And it might not be him specifically, but it might be something he said to me that's in my energy field that needs to be cleared out, right? Something that you might remember that person said to you, even, because words have an impact and a memory for us. The result of moving through this facet to flow of connection is receiving clear guidance, improved relationships, feeling safe, feeling open, feeling supported. And then, of course, being able to connect at will with your guides and other people. And the key tool that I use for connection is the voila connection method. Again, my team, they come up with these names that I can hardly say, right? But voila, it's an acronym for something else. And it's a beautiful connection method, because you do need, especially if you've not done this before, or you're not getting consistent guidance, you need a method. You need a way to consistently connect with them. And that's what that shares with you. Okay, so here's a couple examples of when you're in flow, you do feel the support and love of the angels. So this is one of my founding members had shared. She watched a recording, was thanking everybody for participating and asking questions. She can't attend often, so it was really helpful for her. And she said she was communicating with her angels while on her elliptical and making a to-do list for her and a to-do list for the universe. This is something I teach in the program. And whenever she looked down, it was all ones. They always find a way to give us signs, right? Beautiful. I love that. And then someone else had been praying to the angels to surround her sister and her kids who were across the country from her. And her sister actually messaged her and let her know that she found feather in the house, which is not something, her sister's not, spiritual at all, but the fact that she even mentioned the feathers in the first place. And it just was a sign for this member that the angels are surrounding her sister and supporting her and helping her, which is really beautiful. I love that. Another Love Your Life member shared, for me, there's just been so many transformative moments, but one of my favorite aspects of all of this is talking to the angels and hearing back from the angels, because they really do communicate with you. She's always believed in angels. Her mother taught her about them, but this is a whole different sort of league of angels. And I'll tell you what it is. They're super powerful. And the angels are there every minute of every day in different ways. And that's one of her favorite aspects of the group and the group energy, which was lovely. Okay, facet to flow number 4 is balance. This is a super important one because it's all about integrating your emotions, integrating energy, and using the elements, right? So in this facet, you learn to identify and process your emotions. Like I said, we don't get taught this in school. It's not something we learn. And if you've not ever been taught how to identify your emotions, how to process your emotions, you may not really be feeling and getting all the beautiful messages that come from your emotions, right? This is also where you learn to balance the energy in your home. Right? This is a big feng shui piece here, right? Where we balance that energy. And then you're going to learn to understand and use the 5 elements. And I use them in clothing. I use them in all sorts of different ways. We use them in decorating. There's lots of different ways that we can use the elements. And the result of this is balanced energy in your home. So you come home and it feels amazing, right? And knowing how to handle all your emotions, because we're going to get triggered. We are going to be in a situation where we feel something that doesn't feel good, right? It's just going to happen. But knowing how to handle that, how to process it, how to work through it, how to get the message from that trigger, from that emotion is really important and valuable. And then the result is also accessing peace, being able to access that peace and calm no matter what's happening around you. So that's a beautiful thing. And the key tool that I use for this one is, well, there's a couple key tools. Processing emotions is one of them. I have a meditation that we use for that in a whole process. But then the other key tool is the 5-element manifestation method. So for some of you in the UK, you might have heard me speak about that, not this past summit, but the previous London Feng Shui Summit. I had shared that 5-element manifestation method. Super fun and super powerful as well. Okay, facet to flow number 5. This is flow, and this is about amplifying and maintaining your flow state. So here you learn to create wealth flow. There's so many things that can be blocking your wealth flow in your home, feng shui wise. There's just a ton of different things. And there's also things that we can do to magnify the flow. You might have flow already coming in, but you want to magnify it. So I have a whole section on creating wealth flow. This is also where we talk about improving and maintaining your health and that flow, right? And then how do you follow the flow? How do you stay in the flow? How do you maintain that state, right? The result of this is experiencing flow in all areas of your life and navigating your life with more ease and grace. And just, so it's just a smoother journey rather than a roller coaster, a bumpy way. And the key tool that I use for this is follow the flow formula, which is a specific way to continue following the flow. Okay, with the removing your blocks to flow series, that series of 3 videos, I've given you a lot of ways to identify and remove your blocks. Today, you've also learned all the steps that you need to create flow, the 5 facets to flow framework. And you also created your first 3-3-3 simple success plan. But as I'm sure you can imagine, this is really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to getting in and staying in the flow and to be able to take action consistently with clarity and confidence to live that life that you truly love. And so you have a choice now. You can either try and do this yourself, or you can follow a proven path to creating flow. So if you're feeling guided to work with me, and if I feel I can help you, because it has to be a two-way thing, right? If I don't feel like I can help you, I'm not going to bring you into the program, right? But if I feel I can help you, and if you're feeling guided to work with me, nothing is held back. I really do share all my tools, all the methods for creating flow. And it's just about following that step-by-step guidance. I sure wish I had that when I was going through this, when I first learned about energy and all these things. This is my Love Your Life program. My heart and soul is truly in this program. I don't do one-on-one coaching anymore. I just don't do that. I've devoted all my time and energy to my Love Your Life group. And it's a really special time. I'm super excited about this because I'm teaching the program live for the first time in 4 years. So my founding members like Ali and like Gia had taken the course live with me at the very, very beginning before I ever created the online course. And I haven't taught it live since then, but I'm going to be doing that this summer. And it's the energy of the live thing. And part of the reason I'm doing that is I'm revamping the program a bit. And so I'm going to be teaching the main 9 modules live via Zoom to help you shift your life in a real and lasting way. This is Tara. She's so sweet. I'm just going to share her experience with you.
I met Kim in 2020 through a mutual friend. Since then, I've had multiple angel readings, and I've also completed the Love Your Life program. I think that the Love Your Life program is ideal for anyone who wants to go in and really make a shift in their life, really create lasting change from an authentic place within themselves. Kim's program is thorough and complete, and she touches base on so many different areas, providing many tools to help transform patterns and blockages that we need to shift to be our most authentic self. What I think is really special is that right now she's going to do the Love Your Life initiative live. What I've found through doing readings and also doing the initiative previously is that when I'm working with Kim in person or on a Zoom, that her energy is priceless. Just being with her, she is present, she is supportive, she's unconditional, she's kind, she's knowledgeable, and I believe she's looking out for our best interests to help us make the shifts that we want to make to create lasting change in our life. So to have the opportunity to do Love Your Life live is just priceless.
I love Tara. She's such a sweetheart. With the Love Your Life program, you receive the membership portal, which has access to all the program updates and documents. So my founding members and all the current members are getting all these updates. They're going to be participating in the live program as well. And we also do regular live coaching Q&A sessions. And this is ongoing. It's not like you join for 6 months and you're done. It's lifetime. So you can pop in any time that you need a little boost, right? Or you have a question. You can ask questions even if you can't be on live. And then we do have a private Facebook group where we share wins, ask questions, receive support. I do provide your expert Bagua map of your home because that is something that you need to be able to do all of the various feng shui aspects in the course. And then I provide so many powerful feng shui cures that I don't provide on a regular basis, right? These are blessing and balancing your home, increasing your flow, attracting your soulmate, marriage, childbirth, improving health, cultivating focus and clarity, and so much more. And again, it's lifetime access. It's a one-time price, lifetime access. And of course, the best part is you get regular energy tune-ups by the angels. That's my favorite part anyway. I love that. And then each module contains stories. So I use story to help demonstrate the lesson concept. I think we remember things more when there are stories. I also have the channeled guidance audios. I shared one of those today. Every module has one of those. I actually be creating some new ones for the new modules that are coming in. And then we have meditations to help you engage with the topic, things that you can listen to again and again. And you have the ability to download those so you can, save them on your phone, your computer, and listen to them. And then I have exercises that embody the lesson. So it gets you taking action, right? Because just talking about things doesn't get us anywhere. We need to take action. And then, of course, feng shui actions to support your intentions within your home. So that's super helpful. And if you know me at all, I'm all about the fun, and I've included some really great bonuses. I actually send you a purple package in the mail. It's a sway bag of surprise gifts. I don't share in advance what that is, but you get a package in the mail. And then you also, of course, get the feng shui bagua map of your home. And then I've also added the Declutter Your Home, Elevate Your Life course is almost a $200 value, and that is included as well. So for those that need help decluttering, this is a step-by-step course on its own that helps with decluttering. And then I do offer my members lifetime discounts on feng shui and angel reading services as well. That's another little bonus. Sometimes I do other little things for them. When you're in flow, things really shift in your life in beautiful ways. And here's just a few more examples. One of my members, after almost a year of my son and daughter not talking, yesterday my son appeared at my daughter's house while I was visiting. Compassion and forgiveness has begun. Thank you, angels. Someone else shared she senses her guides and angels all around me and things that she does, and she feels more open to receiving their presence. A little bit hard to explain, but she's loving it. Someone else, I'm getting guidance in a clearer way. I don't get as frustrated by things. Someone else shared, I'm learning so much from each week, from the lesson and the Q&A. Even when I don't have questions, I actually find myself getting answers I didn't realize I had a question for. That's what I love about this. And then, of course, during class, I'm just feeling so calm and wanting that all the time. I think that's, one thing we always want. I'm going to share one last video with you. This is Andrea.
I'm Andrea Johnson. I have been through the Love Your Life course the last few months. And I want to share that this experience has been one of the most amazing things in my 44 years of life that I've experienced. It has taught me to love myself. It has taught me to show love to others in different ways than I hadn't thought I could. It has taught me to experience joy in ways that it's unimaginable. I get chills now as I say it. Prior to this course was stuck. I felt just not myself. I felt like I was missing pieces of myself in life. I felt like I needed to read a book that was going to give me all the answers. I felt just listening to music was going to help me, and talking with friends, talking with family, who they don't really, when they don't feel it, it's hard for them to understand where you're coming from. And when this course came available, I couldn't say yes quick enough. This has been an amazing experience for me. My heart and my soul and my mind are in such a great place that I can't begin to tell you how it's hard to express the wonderfulness that this course has done for me. The one thing I will say is at the beginning, I didn't know where I was going to go with this. I didn't know what I was seeking exactly. And this, besides being a little happier and feeling more joy, and this has done that for me. It has shown me my path of where the happiness is and how to find it on my own without needing other things to do it for me. I wake up in the morning with extreme joy and love, and I'm smiling, and I don't even know why. And the reason is I have a wonderful spiritual team that I learned that I have had all my life. I have them around me to support me and to love me. And that was an amazing thing for me to know that I had. It makes me smile very much. And that I have them there to talk to and ask questions to. And they help. They do. They help you. And it is beautiful. It is amazingly beautiful that you can have that help. So I can't give enough love and joy back to the woman who has done this course for me, Kim. You take this course and your life will be wonderful, beautiful, and you'll feel so much love and joy. I hope that you do. Thank you.
Aw, so sweet. I love her. If you're feeling called, let's chat. It is an application process. So if you are feeling called to this program, please do apply. Schedule a discovery session with me. This is an opportunity to speak with me personally and explore where you're at, what it is that you want, and what is keeping you stuck, what's keeping you from actually creating what you want in your life. And the idea really is, for me, is I just want you to love your life as much as I love mine, right? It brings me joy to bring joy to others, I guess, is what I'm saying. So here's what I want you to do. You'll copy and paste this link in, and it will bring you to my scheduling page. You're going to choose your time zone. So that's the first thing that you need to do. You just click the down arrow and choose your time zone, and then pick a time for your session. It's a free session. I don't charge anything for these. And you choose a time where you can focus, where you're not going to be disturbed, right? And then there's a number of questions that I have you answer that are going to get you thinking. So it's going to take you a few minutes to answer those questions, right? And that will help us make the most of our time together. And then you just click complete appointment. You'll get confirmation email, reminder emails, all that good stuff. I want to share that meditation with you. So this is the vacuum clearing meditation. This is an immediate action that you can take to shift into flow, is clearing your energy, right? And this guided meditation, you can use it daily or as often as you need. It is downloadable. Someone shared that something that they fear, a big spider, for example, and I don't like spiders either, appears and completely freaks you out and doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it does. It evokes emotion in you, right? That fear is an emotion. I have a story I hear about me and a spider when I first moved to Maui. The place that I moved into had two doors. There was one in one of the bedrooms that led to the outside. And for some reason, I opened that door, and there was no real reason. Like, I didn't have to get anything outside, but I just opened it, I guess, to see, if it opened or whatever. And a huge spider came in. I'm not kidding. Like, this sucker was huge, and it was with me for days. And it was with me until I worked through the emotions around it. Right? So it hung out high on the wall where I could not even reach it with a ladder. Because normally what I would do is I'd get a mason jar, right, or something, and catch it and put it outside. It was not coming down. And it moved. It moved from that bedroom. Then it was in the living room. And I'm like, dude. And so finally I was like, oh, I got to work on my emotions around this. I got to work through this, right? Because this is a fear, and of course the biggest fear is like, oh, it's going to make its way to my bedroom. And, in the middle of the night, it's going to crawl on me or some damn thing. Right. And so once I worked through the emotions though, wouldn't you know it, that little spider came down on the wall. I talked to it and I said, hey, you're going to be happier outside. I'm going to put you outside. I caught it, put it outside. Easy as that. The minute I worked through my emotions, right? It's just, that's the way it works. So yes, fears, things that happen are messages for us. They're telling us there's something that we need to work through, that we've got to do, right? Super important. Drink lots of water over the next couple days. I'm just going to be a water pusher because drink lots of water. It's just going to help move that energy through, and pay attention to the ideas and the things that come up for you over the next couple days. Because as energy shifts, as they cleared things out for you, you're going to get new ideas. Archangel Uriel is going to be there giving you ideas and inspirations and thoughts. So pay attention, write them down, right? Beautiful. Hope to see you soon.